Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson and JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. Trying to get myself together, y'all. I gotta go and work out. Ooh-wee. I was playing basketball last night, but it's shooting on live. And I thank everyone that came in my live. I thank y'all. And I'll be on live tonight as well. I got a lot of things to do today. But yeah, I had to get on here today. Certain things, when it gets to the point where people are becoming dangerous and mentally, physically, get to the point where you have to let it go, for your sanity or for your well-being, pretty much said. I had 2 missions on the O's. I can't say their names, but I just say O's. Some people know what and who I'm talking about. Some people don't. However, I can't fix them. I can't. I'm just tired. I'm done. Now I want to go on with my life and meet me a nice husband and live my life. Of course, still do music. That'll never stop. But I want to say this. I can't say that families destroy their own family. Okay, I can't say that. Because kids can actually go out and pick up habits from other people. Mine did it. So I know. They get the wrong concept and the wrong outlook on life. Okay? And with that being said, sometimes we have to evaluate the whole situation. Sometimes you just have a rotten apple, and that's just what it is. You know what I mean? You will hope that they go through so much that they will see eventually. You know what I mean? But by then, it may be too late. And if you're not a true believer in God and know how to move, you might not be able to save them. And that's just what it is. I know these 2 O's was New York, you know what I mean? And I am New York, I had the most power in New York via stars and on the ground. So, I was chosen and I get it, but it comes to a point where you have to let it go, You have to let it go and let it go through whatever it needs to go through to see the reality of life and what it goes through. Now, all you can do is just pray that it doesn't destroy its life through that process, because if it does, then it's going to all fall back on the family, and that's just what it is. That's the way it works, people. I feel sorry for the mothers. I feel sorry for the fathers, but this is just what it is. What can I say? Culture. I want to talk about culture. For one, you can't be what you're not. Okay. If you want to be what you're not, if you crave another culture, then marry into that culture. That's the way it works. You can't portray to be something you're not. Okay. For years and years and years, I went as being black, which I am, black native. However, I'm also Hispanic. So I'm not going to not support or love my people because I portray to be just black, because it's a lie. Okay? The same I used to have to tell my grandson. My grandson is Panamanian, Hispanic. He always want to be with the black people. I get it. You like them. They look like us. I'm the same way. I like to be around the black people. Some of them are nice. Some of them are mean and cruel. But I'm actually black, so I have that crave to be with my people, with my ancestors, what my ancestors crave for, okay? So, because they move our soul, okay? It's deeper than just the Holy Spirit people, you know. Yeah, I used to be around the Jamaicans a lot. The ancestors connected me with them. For what reason, I don't know. To this day, I would never know. I don't know if it's because they knew that I was going to take their culture to a whole nother level. I don't know if that's a part of it. You know, I don't know what it is. It will reveal itself eventually. However, you know, we have these people wanting to be other people, other cultures. And there's nothing we can do about it. You know, if that's what they want, you know, let them go through the channels of being someone that they're not until they realize who they really are, and then stand their ground to who they are, you know. And this is why people have so many problems, because either you have the world mixing the cultures, okay, and if they're not mixing the cultures, they are trying to be each other. You got the black trying to be white, you got the white trying to be black, you got the Native Americans trying to be Jamaican, you got the Jamaicans trying to be American. I mean, there's no culture nowhere, okay? We can't stand for anything anymore, and that's not how God designed it, okay? That's how we know a lot of people don't read the Bible, and a lot of people don't understand the Bible, okay? I had to tell a friend of mine yesterday, and she's actually a co-worker, but we trying to become friends. And I had to tell her that, you know, only friends that I hang out with is Hispanic, you know, outside of one Native friend that I used to hang out with on a regular until my Hispanic New York friends came to Charlotte. And now my soul and the ancestors crave for me to be with my Hispanic people. Okay? I can't do nothing about that. You know, that's what your soul crave. You know, but you got to know if it's real. You can't allow your soul to crave something that's in deceit, because your life will never go right. You wonder why things are not going right in my life. Why everything I do, it fails. Why everything I try, it doesn't work. Why? That's why. You have to follow the way it's designed. Just like people keep telling me, oh, don't sell off the diamond way. Okay, well, in the black culture, the blacks were always at the bottom. Okay, meaning that it's not that they wasn't rich and they didn't have land and they didn't have houses. They did, because they did things to make money. However, they will always be put in the back and allow the whites to present what they had and pay them. And they would stay in the back. That's the way it worked. Okay, and it worked like that for many, many, many years. How many blacks do we know have plantations? Reason being is because they did something. Someone in their family did something for them to get that land and pass it down. That's the way it works. The culture. When I met my daughter's father, you know, his family has a plantation. Shout out to the Carter family. They have a plantation, and immediately I asked him if his grandmother was white. Immediately, and he said no, she's black. I said, oh, okay. So they took me, showed me the pictures, and showed me the family.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Alexa, I didn't ask for you.
Sorry, I thought I heard my name.
No, you didn't. Here, she want to go in the process with this. And, I said, okay, I want to know more, but they couldn't tell me more because they didn't know more. So somewhere down the line, someone in their family did something very big, and they got the land, some way, somehow, and they've been holding it in their family. That's the way it works, okay? And that's why I was so big on their family, because they were doing it the culture way. They lived the culture way. I couldn't ignore it. Okay, and in no way, no how. It was like the best thing that happened to me when my father-in-law, even though me and Eric wasn't married, we was together for a long time, when he said, I want you to come to our home. And I said, huh? Where? He's down south. And I'm like, okay. He said, you coming, right? And I said, yeah, I'm coming. He said, and I want the baby to come. I used to send Eric there, throughout the summer. He told me the stories and different things. I still love him so much. God bless his soul. But when I got there and I seen the whole family, like, there, and they was all there on the same plantation, it was a beautiful thing. It was like, I just couldn't believe it. The history that I read, I was actually living it. It was a beautiful thing. I just want to throw that out there. Okay. So this is where we as families come together and try to build those foundations for our families, okay? Long term, not just for the moments. And see, that's where people are living. They always just live in the moments. People say to me every day, Jackie, why are you doing music? Jackie, why are you doing this? Jackie, why are you doing that? Because I'm trying to set a foundation for my family. A real foundation, not just a house in a community. A real foundation that will last for generations. That's the way it's done. But of course, these people don't know that, so they live minimal. And then they think they're on top. You're not on top. You don't have anything until you have a plantation. Enough land where you can grow your own food. Enough land where you can build your kids' homes on it. So I continue to work. God covers me. Jesus Christ. He covers me. I continue to work to do what I need to do. And I've been trying to sell off my products. I went on to my other heritage, which is Hispanic heritage. And I was working for Amazon. Y'all know Jeff Bezos is Hispanic. So I was trying to sell it off to him so I can build what I need to build for me and my people. Because that's the way it was done in history. History always repeats itself, and then there's newcomers that come in all the time. But he seems faulty as well. can't change him either. So it's time for me to move on. But I say all these things to say that people have lost their way. We have a lost America. Okay? And we need to be redesigned. They've been waiting for me to speak on this. We need to be redesigned. We're not going to come up out of this mess. Okay? And that's just what it is. Until we are redesigned. I talk to people about it every day. Some understand and some don't. This, what we're going through, is not a regular recession. And this is actually history repeating itself. Just like with the Spanish flu. And the Spanish flu, if y'all read the history, when the Spanish flu came out, we went through recession and then we went to war. That starts the redirection. But we're a little smarter now. We got computers and all this other stuff. We got people out here with trillions and trillions of dollars. So they can also come in and buy America's land and redirect us. Because our country has failed us tremendously. It's so bad so where the kids think that they're other people in their minds. They don't want to live the way they're supposed to live. We thought by making weed legal in certain areas that would help them. You know, Amazon helped out, you know, with hiring them with even smoking marijuana. We thought that would help out. Some of them is just not going to get it. And that's just what it is. So we have to go into redirection. Now, when it comes to me, I have to go through the redirection as well. The new channels of life. In order to move forward with what I need to move forward with. I can't stop just because we're going through a recession and we're going through a redirection. I have to keep going until I get what I want to get for my family. You know, I've been out here to some plantations and they had 3 names up there. My plantation is going to be like that. It's going to have 3 names up there. Because we got the Dowdies. Then whoever I marry, his name will be up there. And, again, the Carters and the Harrises. So, yeah. I have 5 names up there on that plantation. I asked my dad to get his name on my birth certificate, and he don't listen to me. So unfortunately, I can't put the Joneses up there. I want to, you know, because I'm going to make it happen. I already know. I've manifested. I know what I have to do. As long as I have breath in my body, it will happen. And God makes sure of that every single day. That's why he makes me work out and do all the things. My soul. Holy Spirit said, like the other day, I was looking at my physical. You know, they take blood and PP and all that stuff. And, you know, when you go for your physical. And that's how we can determine what's going on with our bodies. And my LDL and HDLs was a little bit off. Not where it was, I'm going to die tomorrow type thing, or I need medication type thing. No, it wasn't that bad. It was just a little bit elevated. And I know why, because I'm overweight, and like I try to tell people here in Charlotte, like, I know my body. I pay attention to my body. I go to the doctor on a regular. I make sure whatever ailments I'm going through or illnesses that I address it immediately. That's the purpose of getting a physical. So you could address whatever you're doing wrong immediately. So that way it won't become a long-term problem. We have people in their 20s and their 30s that have high blood pressure. Diabetes is something you can be born with, so we're not gonna use that. And they're not even paying attention to their bodies. How long do you think they're gonna live? Not long, because they're still doing the wrong things. So me, since I noticed that life can be reversed if you change what you do, I've been on it ever since. I've been on it, been working on it. Worked on it so hard, I even decided to help the people learn how to reverse certain things with healing and rest. Okay, people always think you got to heal from feelings and emotions. You got to heal from your body being misused and abused as well. And you can heal from it. It's not going to get worse if you're working on it. And it won't stay stagnant either. It will get better, but you have to work on it. Mind, body, and soul. And that's where people they've lost it. It's like we're living around a bunch of zombies. They don't even think. They just do. And that's why I was kind of pissed off, even though I'm one of the ones that promoted Just Do It, hard body for the last, I would say, 10 years, if not more. Maybe more. Shout out to Nike on that one. But I feel like it needs to go away, because they're not getting the comprehension of it. They're thinking just do anything. When you have to sit back and think of the reality of what you're doing first. You literally have to analyze the reality of life. These people don't do that. They just freelance everything, and they're hurting people and ignoring people and disrespecting people. They're just doing whatever they want to do. That's not how culture lives. That's not how people live. So this is why we have to be redirected. Because they're lost. They're like zombies. And it's sad. It's so sad. And I wish I could continue to help, but I got to live my life. I can't help no more. I got to continue to worry about my people. What y'all do with those people out there that don't listen and they not paying attention and doing whatever, that's on them. I can't help them no more. Their minds are not right. And that's just what it is. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. We need redirection immediately. And that's just what I see. And this is from dealing with people on a daily basis. Watching actions, the way people think. You know, someone told me the other day, they said, you know, every New Yorker I know. I looked at them and I said, well, I'm from New York. And he looked at me. No, you have a perception of what New Yorkers are because of what you've been shown. But not all New Yorkers are hostile. A friend of mine said, damn, you bougie. Which is, bougie means laid back, don't like certain things a certain way, you know, don't be around too many different people, you know. It's a lot to that bougie thing. Then you got some people call me, oh, you act like a white girl. Well, I gotta be white. My skin is black. I love the skin I'm in. Every time the summertime come, I get black as tar. Well, not that black, but I get black. It's just a saying, y'all. But the point that I'm trying to make is, I'm fine in my skin. Why are you so upset about the skin that I'm in? Or who I am? My family, I had a grandmother that lived in Harlem. My grandfather and her moved from Florida. My grandmother met my grandfather. He came over on a boat from Cuba. The recession went down. He took whatever money he had. I don't know how he got it. He's from Cuba. We don't know. Nobody ever told me this story. But he came up to New York City, opened up a funeral home, until the fumes killed him. My grandmother, she was into all the different organizations. Negro organization to be one of them. Christian organization. And by her doing all of that, took our family into certain organizations. And we wound up joining other organizations as time went on. Then I had my other family that was in the Bronx. In the center of the Bronx, South Bronx. They owned $1 million home right in the center of the South Bronx. That's where I grew up. My Uncle Luther built that house. He was in construction. He was an Army vet that fought in the wars. I forget what wars. I got so many of these vets around me. I forget what wars they fight. But I'll get back to y'all on that. Or they fought. I've never been poor because I had a family that had money. Now, that's just on my mother's side. I still got a father's side, too. But they didn't do it right either. So, as we look at everybody's success, we say, well, when is somebody going to set something for the family long term? I was chosen because I learned the way. And my dad said to me I think it was last year. He said, "Who are you? You're not my daughter." Are you my daughter? He kept saying that to me from the time that I came to Charlotte up until last year. And I said, Dad, yeah, last I checked, I was your daughter. I mean, that's what y'all have always told me. Is there something that I need to know? I can't run with you to live the same life you live because it didn't progress success to the full capacity for the family. So I can't do the things that you do. I'm different. Because I have a different goal. Your goal may be to leave your kids something. My goal is to leave my kids something. You know, y'all notice I put a lot of kids on there. I'm different. I want my name to last for a long time. My family's name. Oh, matter of fact, I forgot. Rodriguez got to go up there as well. That's why I was actually going to take that name if I didn't get remarried. But I know eventually I'm going to get remarried and then my husband's name will be on the plantation. But that's the goal. That's the goal. That's the dream. The dream is not being a music famous superstar. The dream is not having the biggest company in the world pushing product. Y'all want to know what the goal is? The goal is to have plantation for my family. And I shouldn't have to tell y'all this. I should have figured it out. I tell people every day, why do I need to be famous when I'm already famous? I may not be famous all around the world, but in New York, I'm famous. That's my home. I want my great-great-great-great-grandkids to say, my grandmother was born here in Harlem, and she built us a plantation down in North Carolina or South Carolina that we can go to and live. Even if I have a tent, I don't even have to have a house. I can go on this land and they won't say I'm trespassing because it belongs to me. As long as you're paying a mortgage, you don't own your home. It can be stripped away from you at any given moment. And I'm tired of telling y'all people this. Y'all don't get it. So yeah, if there's anybody that's listening, yes, I'm still willing to sell my products. I'm willing to sell the music. I'm willing to sell it all. You come to me with a number. Granted, I know we're in recession. We ain't going to be here forever. But this is the best time to do it. Because you get the lowest price. Because a year from now, I'm going to have more and more certifications. And the price is going to go up. And it's going to go up. And it's going to go up. Every time I get a new certification, I still got 5 more certifications to get. The government has approved it already. Now I got to get certifications that's needed for it to go in every single store. So by the time I do all of that and pay and put money into all of that and do the leg work and sit in classes and all of that, I got to get compensated for all of that. So if you already have certifications, you need to get it now. Because once I have to physically go through all of that and go through the pain, Oh, yeah, the price is going to go up. Because once again, my goal is not to be a retail, whatever y'all call it. I don't know. That's not my goal. My goal is for my family to have survival long term for the next 100 years if possible. So for those that's been trying to get their family members, their kids on the right track, and if I was appointed to try to help them, and I can't, I just thought I can't keep trying to help you guys. I gotta help myself get to my goal. I can't keep helping y'all people. Shout out to Meek, he said, I'll never forget, they still need her on the ground. Like, they've been trying to bring me up in the stars for the last 2 years, 3 years, something like that. And they're like, they still want her on the ground. Like, let her go. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Y'all need the help. But I can't do it no more. I just can't. What y'all missed, or what your kids missed in the process of life, and I've been trying to teach. Everybody's trying to teach, but at this point, I'm about to tell them the halt. No more teaching. Let them live this, because they're not listening. No matter how much we tell them, Obama told us this was going to happen. I mean, how stupid can y'all people be? My new word for you people is stupid. He told us this was going to happen, and nobody was ready. They appointed this black man. This is why they voted him in, to lead his people. Y'all voted him in to lead us. And he did. Him and his wife. And he did a wonderful job at it. And y'all still didn't listen. So don't come to me later on saying, oh, well, you act like a white girl. Or you doing this like you a white. No, they told us what to do. Y'all wasn't listening. It's not my fault that y'all wasn't listening. But I did take on a job to try to help you people. And said, give them another chance. Let them, they already unseen certain things. So maybe they'll understand now. And y'all still not getting it. My time is up. The government will let us know when they're ready and what they want to do, if they're going to redirect us or they're going to blow this motherfucker up. And that's just what it is. Y'all going to have to deal with it. Because y'all didn't want to pay attention. We told y'all, get stable with someone. Grow. Build. Figure out what you're going to do with your life. Because when the redirection comes, you're not going to be able to handle it. And it's coming sooner than we think. They're moving faster than I thought they was. But this is what y'all chose. And I'm going to say it again. If you haven't gotten with an organization yet, you better hurry up. And dedicate yourself. Because if you don't, you'll be, as Lloyd Banks say, on the wall of others. Even in music, they tell us everywhere the people listened. And then they have at the bottom, the others. I tried to save as many people as I possibly could. I tried to teach as many people as I possibly could. I can't do it no more. I don't have time. Helping y'all laps me of time. Granted, I'm with organizations, and I'm thankful for that. And they supported my help, me helping. I have my own organization. However, I can't keep trying to help the other people that don't want to be helped and don't want to recognize what's going on. I can't keep doing it. It ends. So now I'm going to wait to see what the government is going to do. I kind of feel I know what they're going to do. That's why I got to find me a husband. Because you're going to need the support from each other. I really think they're going to do the redirection. And I'm going to just be honest with y'all. They're going to sell off the country. Because it's going to cost more money to tear it down to rebuild it back up. So I think they're going to sell it off. That's just my theory. And you got to remember, whoever they sell it off to, we're going to have to abide by their rules. And you're going to need someone mentally to get through it. Y'all see how Amazon treats his people. We really don't want him buying it off. Because all his kids is bad. He trains them that way. So we don't want that to happen. Even though he done bought most of the land anyway. Not all of it. But a lot of it. Like I told them, they need to start getting doctors inside the facilities. Since they want to call the shots about what goes on out here. You need a podiatrist. You already hired. You're hiring nurses. You're hiring all kind of people. So you might as well get you some doctors up in there too. So that way we ain't got to go to the doctor out here. We can go straight to the doctor in there and let them diagnose us. That way we don't have to be fighting with you on the out because of the paperwork what the outside say so. You might as well do it just like the military. They have their own doctors. They have their own courts. They have everything they own. So you might as well do that. Buy your little plantations up. And have your own rules on your land. But you need everything. You can't have assets. If you're going to do it, do it. So yeah, that's where we at right now. Amazon is one of the biggest in the world right now, and I try to tell people that, he's trying to set his rules for, I guess, if he becomes the investor of America, one of them in America, because he done bought up almost all the land anyway, especially here in the Charlotte area. But you got some other companies that's coming in and they shutting it down. They stopping them. So when they come together and start buying up the land to redirect, y'all got to be ready. Y'all got to be ready. I don't know what Biden is thinking. Now, I know if it was Trump, he'd take it to war. Which is better for us, quiet as kept. Because if we redirect it, then we got to follow the rules of whoever or whatever country bought it, buys. We have to get used to that. Our kids were born into certain things. They got to get used to that. We got to prepare them for that. As parents, first we got to learn it ourselves. One of my co-workers' daughter came and worked at Amazon. And, she sat down at the smoker table with me and her cool. She don't smoke, but she sat there. She was waiting on her daughter. And she said, I'm waiting on my daughter. I said, okay. So I met her and stuff. And she knows that, I'm a loving person and I'm going to, look out for her. And the young lady, her mother works upstairs and I work on the first floor. So the young lady came, over to me and asked me a question. And I told her, I said, listen, I'm cool with your mom. So I got you, okay? In other words, I'm going to watch over you. Because even though they work in the same building, don't mean that abuse won't happen. And we know how these people do. We know how they do. So I had to reinsure, I got you. Get your money. If you need me, I'm right here. This is the way we have to live life today. Because there's so much wrongdoings going on. Because the people are not even educated on life. Let alone being supervisors. And I think I might have met maybe one or two people at work that really know what hard work and living and the design of life is. Shout out to them. They know who they are if they're listening. So I say all that to say, if y'all not ready, y'all better get ready. Because something is about to happen. And it's happening sooner than I think. And y'all know I never fail when I tell y'all something. It always happens. Because they tell us. Y'all just don't listen. I'm listening and I'm watching. I will continue to listen and watch. Because I have to protect my family. And my businesses and my organization. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. This is Jacqueline Richardson. It's JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me. Y'all be safe out there.